I threw away my rings in the ocean after my husband told me he had an affair, even though it was a prank. My husband Derek and I had been married for 3 years. We did this thing where we'd prank each other all the time. Stupid stuff like putting plastic wrap on the toilet seat or hiding each other's car keys. It was our thing, you know? Just harmless jokes that made us laugh. Last month we went to Myrtle Beach for our anniversary. The hotel was right on the water and we had this amazing balcony view. On our second night there, we were sitting outside having drinks when Derek got all serious. He put his beer down and looked me dead in the eyes. "Babe, I need to tell you something," he said. "I've been having an affair with Jess from my office for 6 months. My stomach dropped so hard I thought I was gonna throw up." Jess was this 24-year-old intern who Derek always talked about, how she was so smart and funny and wore these cute little skirts to work. I knew he noticed her, but I figured every guy notices pretty girls at work. I just stared at him. "What did you just say?" "I'm sleeping with Jess. We've been meeting up at her apartment every Tuesday and Thursday when I tell you I'm working late. Last week we even went to that new seafood place downtown." He was looking right at me with this blank expression. I felt like the world was spinning. "Are you serious right now?" "Dead serious. She does this thing with her tongue that you never—" I stood up so fast my chair fell backward. "Stop talking, just stop." My hands were shaking as I went inside and grabbed my wedding rings off the nightstand. The engagement ring my grandmother gave him to propose with, the wedding band we picked out together at some little jewelry store in downtown Charleston. Derek followed me out to the balcony. "Where are you going?" I held the rings up. "If you can throw away 3 years of marriage for some intern, then I can throw away these rings." "Wait, what are you doing?" I hurled both rings as hard as I could into the ocean. They disappeared into the dark water without even a splash I could hear. 3 generations of family history gone in 2 seconds. That's when Derek started laughing. Actually laughing. "Oh my god, babe, you should see your face right now. I totally got you. That was epic." I turned around slowly. "What? It's a prank. I'm not having an affair. I thought it would be funny to see how you'd react. But I didn't think you'd actually throw the rings away." He was still chuckling like this was the funniest thing ever. "You're telling me this was a joke? Obviously. Did you really think I'd cheat on you? With Jess? She's like 12 years old." He walked over to the railing and looked down at the water. "Although now we have a real problem because those rings are gone forever." I couldn't even form words. The relief that he wasn't cheating mixed with pure rage that he thought this was funny. "You made me think my marriage was over as a prank? Come on, don't be dramatic. You know how we are with pranks. This one just went a little too far." He tried to put his arm around me, but I stepped away. "A little too far? Derek, I just experienced what I thought was the worst moment of my life for your entertainment. Look, I'm sorry about the rings, okay? We can get new ones, but you have to admit, your reaction was pretty intense." I walked inside and started packing my suitcase. Derek followed me, finally realizing I wasn't laughing along. "Babe, come on. It was just a prank. We prank each other all the time. Putting saran wrap on the toilet is a prank. Making your wife think you're cheating on her is emotional abuse. Don't be so sensitive. I said I was sorry." I zipped up my bag and called an Uber to the airport. Changed my flight to leave that night instead of Sunday. Derek kept trying to apologize, but also kept saying things like, "You're overreacting, and it's not that deep." The Uber driver asked if I was okay because I was crying in his back seat. I told him my husband thought destroying my trust was hilarious. He gave me tissues and said his ex-wife used to pull similar garbage. When I got home, I stayed at my sister's house. Derek kept texting me saying he was sorry and that he'd buy me even better rings. Like that was the point. Like expensive jewelry could fix what he broke. The worst part was when he told his buddies about it at poker night, thinking they'd think it was funny too. His friend Mike called me the next day to check if I was okay. Apparently the whole room went silent when Derek told the story. Mike said even those guys thought it was messed up. Derek came over to my sister's place a week later with a jewelry store bag. "I got you new rings, even nicer ones." I handed him divorce papers instead.